Yo, what's going on? It is Tuesday afternoon, 12:30, and it's pretty nice outside. It's about 65 degrees. It's sunny. Yesterday, around this time, I was outside going for a run, and it was great. Now I'm on this website and for stuff that we gotta watch today or whatever, and it's like they don't want to show the videos. Like they got these transcripts. We normally on Mediaite for stuff like this. I don't know why the videos are not showing. Maybe there's something, maybe it's something wrong with my internet thing. So hold on, this is what I'm gonna do real quick. I'm about to exit off everything, and then we gonna open these up one by one. So hold up. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me see if this makes a difference. Uh all right. Restore the window. Damn, why they hating on us? We got Mary, we got Distracted Gardener Vincent. What's going on? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why this website is doing this right now. They got like it's supposed to be a video showing, but it's not. We still gonna have a show or whatever. We'll still go through stuff. I guess if they have the transcripts, but I don't know. This is a bit strange. We got Stoned Assassin. Okay, I don't know what the hell going on with this website. Y'all gonna have to fix your stuff. But look, either way, regardless. Oh, we got Queen Inky. What's going on? We got Alonzo. Yes, indeed. Titty Tuesday. But nonetheless, tomorrow, starting on Wednesday evenings at 8 o'clock after TYT's done doing their main show, I am going to be doing live streams that's specifically focused on mental health, more so men's mental health, but it'll be interesting. We're gonna be going over diagnoses, how to healthily, healthy coping methods versus unhealthy coping methods. We're gonna be bringing on clinicians of different sorts to discuss the science behind different types of when people go into depressive states or personality disorders, all types of shit like that. We're gonna talk about the healthcare industry, pharmaceuticals. We're gonna be talking about historical figures throughout history who had mental health problems and stuff like that. It's gonna be interesting. And it's so I'm not just gonna do like Wednesday evening streams. I'm gonna be just like putting out, content about that regularly. And it'll be stuff that, doesn't really lose its relevance, which is nice and which I'm looking forward to. So we're gonna be able to bring on a lot of people for that. And I think that that's kind of a good niche for us to go through. Now we got so again, I'm looking forward to that. Now again, there were a bunch of videos um on these websites that I'm on right now, but apparently they just hating on us. But let me see if that's the case. Yeah, they must have some technical difficulties going on their shit. But let's start off with George Santos because apparently he has raised $0, absolutely $0 for his new campaign. And then he says something about it's on purpose. Of course it's on purpose. Of course it is. So let's check that out real quick. Uh Tito over 9,000. I appreciate you, brother. I go through it, you know what I'm saying, just like everybody else. But it's good to be here, and importantly, just the support that I get from this community really does help to keep me going. So I appreciate that. Now, let's see what's up with this real quick. Hold on. Santos for Congress has raised $0 for disgraced ex LI, oh, Long Island, ex Long Island lawmaker. And he says that's on purpose. Of course it's on purpose. You know what I mean? Because that famously, that's what people do when they run for anything. They try to lose, especially someone in George Santos' situation. Lying former GOP rep George Santos raised $0 in March toward his effect to get back into Congress after being expelled from the House of Representatives late last year in the wake of a federal indictment for alleged fraud and campaign finance violations. Santos for Congress, a campaign committee launched to fundraise for the disgraced Republican turned independent's bid to unseat Rep. Nick LaLota in the first congressional district, reported no contributions or expenditures between March 7th and March 31st. A federal election commission document filed on Monday shows, but according to the former congressman, the lack of money is intentional. All right, so this is what he had to say. I will not be raising a single dime until I'm confirmed on the ballot. Oh well, I guess that's a good excuse. I mean, I guess I hope so. But at the end of the day, um, yeah, no, you know what we should do? We should go through his cameo videos. That's what we got to do. One of the days this week, we gonna go to his cameo and see. Yeah, matter of fact, why haven't we already done that? Yeah, that's what we need to do. Oh yeah, the Z-Way interview was funny. We checked that out here as well. We looked at that together. Okay, so he says until he is officially confirmed on the ballot, he's not going to raise a single dime, which I guess is a pretty good cop out. Good strategy, man. Lot, you know, what do you call it? I almost said malignant liars. I guess that works too. I don't know why the word is pathological liars. There we go. I guess it kind of means the same thing, but pathological liars, I guess that's a good cop out for him right here. Santos explained that the unusual decision to not raise cash until later in the contest is meant to counter accusations that he's only running against Leilota to grift money. Oh, okay. See, he's a man of the people, regardless of the fact that he lied about absolutely everything to get into the position that he was in. He's a man of the people still. To qualify for the ballot, Santos must collect 3,500 signatures from first district residents by May 15th, which is a month away from now. It's a month from now. I'm setting the standard that only confirmed ballot access candidates should raise money, Santos told the outlet. Santos, who represented New York's 3rd congressional district for 11 months before his ouster December 1st, is facing a 23 count federal indictment for allegedly laundering his campaign money and defrauding donors. Yes, oh, yeah, he not guilty. And then yeah, we already went over all the stuff that he was just spending his money on, and not even just the the money he spent, but also we looked at the numbers of like the credit cards and how much he took from people, like 45 here, 35 there. Um and what was it like, he took money from a veteran sick dog GoFundMe or some shit like that. This dude is diabolical. Okay. And this is, I guess, just some tweets from his account. But yeah, there we go. Not a single dime raised, nothing raised whatsoever. Man, technology really just it never I guess there's never really a good time for tech to just not do its thing. Cuz I got a bunch of stuff pulled up on this website, and it's just like it just won't load. It just won't load. So we may end up cutting this short because it's not, not totally short, but we may have a shorter stream today because it's just like if we can't watch these videos, I don't want to read all the dialogue because that'll be pretty boring. But we do have some funny dating stories. Let me see if there's anything else. Okay, now let's check this out real quick before we get into these nightmare dating stories. Um, uh, Trump stock tumbles again after Truth Social announces it's getting into streaming. Who is going to stream on Truth Social? Like, what? And what's the point, too? There's so many other platforms to stream on, especially if you already have an audience. Like, no one's going to go on there. And I mean, if you want to stream on, if you want to stream on Truth Social, then you might as well just be on Rumble or some shit like that. Like, what's the point? Trump Trump's stock tumbles again after Truth Social announces it's getting into streaming. Mm-mm. All right, let's see. Nah, YouTube videos are working just fine. One of the websites that we frequent is called Mediaite, and I guess they just got some technical difficulties. The videos aren't showing up. It's not that big of a deal. Shit happens. You know what I'm saying? You can't get too upset about shit like this. It doesn't matter. All right, now, like, but yeah, I don't. What's the point of this? Um, Investors in Trump Media and Technology Group stock are throwing in the towel. Shares at TMTG tumbled 11% today after closing 18% lower Monday, driving the stock lower Tuesday. The company's premier product, True Social, announced a major expansion into streaming, a notoriously cost intensive business in which media behemoths like Disney have struggled to turn a profit. Oh, what's oh, so they're gonna stream like programming? G- What the hell? See, now I'm sitting here thinking like streaming like we doing right now, or like on Twitch or something. But if they talking about like trying to be a Netflix or a Disney Plus or a Max or Amazon Prime, or like there's so many streaming services, there's really no need for another one in the marketplace. There really isn't. I mean, what there's and then there's a whole bunch of the other ones that I didn't name. Comes to mind. Uh there's a whole lot. And what the hell types of programs would even be on this shit? Like what would even be on here? What's that movie that Jim Caviezel was in? Some QAnon movie, or I don't know, shit like that, I guess. Okay. TMGG's stock, majority owned by former President Donald Trump, is down 70% from the all-time high it set on March 26th. It just went down and down. And again, normally a company wouldn't necessarily go public as fast as True Social, like, but at the end of the day, this is all about Trump trying to pay his bills. Yes, Sound of Freedom. That's exactly it. The Sound of Freedom. I mean, what other types of stuff would even be on there? Like they just trying to see what sticks. They doing anything they can. Yes, he was also in Passion of the Christ, but that would get a deal with another platform before True Social. This is just a joke. Okay, so the day after it merged with Blank Check Acquisition Company to go public, although the company is still worth billions of dollars, it is struggling to make money and desperate for cash. Experts have warned investors to be careful if they choose. Well, yeah. And then yeah, that was the no, we already went to that. A home for suppressed content. Okay, so I guess this now we getting into what is gonna be. I mean, what is suppressed though? I mean, you got to be pretty damn bad to have your content truly suppressed for there to really be nowhere that will play your shit. Like, come on, man. I mean, you can play pretty terrible shit on YouTube. You can play horrible. And when I say horrible, I mean that's a strong word, but I just mean like it could be anything in the range of like violence or sexual proclivities or whatever it is, like just crudeness, could be racism, like I don't know. But let's see. The streaming initiative didn't give investors any reason to get enthused about the company. True Social said it spent the past 6 months testing its web, iPhone, and iPad apps for live TV streaming, and it hopes to launch a content delivery network. Oh, and eventually also into smart TVs. This is going to cost a lot of money, and as they said up there, like you, okay. True Social suggested its streaming network could host live news. Okay, Newsmax OAN, I guess, but they're already on their own networks. Religious programming and family-friendly shows. Religious programming. That you already have religious programming on television stations. I mean, this is not needed. No one needs this. People don't need this. Family-friendly shows, movies, and documentaries. Documentaries that has been canceled, is at risk of cancellation or is being suppressed on other platforms and services. Quote, With our streaming content, we aim to provide a permanent home for high quality news and entertainment that face discrimination by other channels and content delivery services, said TMTG CEO Devin Nunes, a former Republican congressman for California, in a statement. There's a lot of great content that simply can't find an audience for unjust reasons. Again, no, that isn't true. That's just not true. I mean, obviously we know that this is just, desperation to keep the stock up, but if you I don't pretty much whatever it is that you make, there's already a platform and a place for you to host it on. I mean, Twitter is basically Twitter is basically Pornhub now. I mean, obviously there's a lot of other stuff going on, but if Twitter, a platform like Twitter, is just a mass portal to free porn, then who needs this shit? Come on, man. Because that's a lot more crude than anything else that people could look at, just like technically speaking. Oh, we got Devin Nunes. Devin Nunes. Oh my God. Devin Nunes is the CEO. This is hilarious. There's a lot of great content that simply can't find an audience for unjust reasons yet, or maybe people just don't want to watch it. True Social's latest push sounds familiar to Elon Musk's X, which claims to be the streaming platform that best defends free speech. But X has hundreds of millions of active users, hundreds of times Truth Social's audience, and has still struggled to attract advertisers. Yeah, well, this is hilarious, man. This shit is hilarious. Oh yeah, they just like, nah, we not gonna let these videos play. So I guess, and y'all had to have already seen, Donald Trump is taking the exact same strategy and the exact same approach with his criminal trials as he did in the civil one. Like, I'm gonna walk outside every single day and talk shit about everybody who has the power to fuck me. And again, obviously he could still end up becoming president, but it's just hilarious because he's a one-trick pony. He truly can't change his tone. Your strategy has been completely unhelpful, beyond unhelpful to you in the court system. All right, let's see what's up. Yes, exactly. That's part of what it takes. You know what I'm saying? Like you become a perpetual victim of being unlikable. And you know what's so funny about it is it's like we all have, yeah, over time people typically just, develop stronger, better social skills. And sometimes those social skills are really just you lacking maturity and life experience. Sometimes you really just got to live a little bit longer. You feel me? But I say all that to say, you know, how the right wing is so hell bent on I'm not going to change. People should just like me, even though even though I'm totally unlikable. I struggle with stuff like that all my life. Like, you feel me? Like, sometimes I can be pretty unlikable, especially online. You know what I'm saying? But yet and still, it's not. It. I've always cared enough to at least have introspection to where it's like, I didn't have to say that or do that, or my social interactions. There's always something running in your mind to where it's like, maybe I was a bit too much here. But these people just don't seem to have that going on in them. But they feel it though, like they be angry about it. Like, what's that dude name? Elliot, whatever his name is, who the incel like king or whatever his name is, Elliot Page or some shit. I don't remember his name, but just those attitudes. It's just so stupid and self-defeating, you know? Because it's like you're more than capable of having at least a decent, normal social life. I mean, just just try a little bit harder. Well, I appreciate that you don't like my music, but I'm just getting at, like there's just everyone has an opinion, and sometimes, you can. I guess I'm just trying to be a little humble right now and admit that. Oh, Elliot Page is the actor. What's the dude's name? Elliot something. I don't remember I don't remember the dude's last name. But y'all get the point. You know what I'm saying? And two, I'm trying to be humble right now. You know what I mean? Like I don't get many moments of this. Y'all, you feel me? So, but all I was getting at is there's always room for improvement. No, you just have to like me. Okay, so what did Trump say? We can't watch it because they videos Elliot Rodger. Yes, there we go. Elliot Rodger was his name. Just that general attitude. And he wasn't even a bad looking person. He just was a mm, man. You ever see them videos or read his manifesto? It's like, oh God, man, this dude was fucked up. And yeah, but all right. So this is what he had to say. I think this was today. He says,
This is a trial that should have never been brought. It's a trial that is being looked upon and looked at all over the world. The court that they the court that they're looking at and analyzing it.
what does that even mean?
Every legal pundit, every legal scholar said this trial is a disgrace.
All of them. I'm every single he says the same shit constantly. That's all he has to say.
We have a Trump hating judge. We have a judge who shouldn't be on this case. He's totally conflicted. But this is a trial that should never have happened. It should have been thrown out a long time ago. You look at Jonathan Turley, Andy McCarthy, all great legal scholars.
He's so stupid. He's such an idiot. God. Okay, here we go. He continues.
I called, I was paying a lawyer and marked it down as a legal expense account. I didn't know marking down as a legal expense. That's exactly what it is. And you get indicted over that. I should be right now in Pennsylvania and Florida, in many other states, North Carolina, Georgia, campaigning. This is all coming from the Biden White House because the guy can't put two sentences together. He can't campaign. He's using this in order to try and win an election. And it's not working that way.
Who are his yes, exactly. Just there's just no face, just me reading his transcripts. I was about to ask who in the hell is willingly being this man's lawyer at this point, because there's always that question of why doesn't Trump just shut the fuck up and not do this? But he's been doing this his whole life, but also now, like I said, he did this shit through the whole civil trial and lost way bigger than he otherwise would have if he would just shut up. But so I'm seriously curious, like who who is on this dude's defense? Because there's no way that they're like, you nailed it, bud. This is exactly what you should be doing right now. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Yeah, because nobody's ever been this big of a dipshit as you who's been the president before. We've had a number of presidents who weren't so good, who were really bad. We've had all types of presidents, but none of them were quite the clown show as you, you know. It's just like I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, let's get into Trump press secretary. Yeah, see, there was a video. She told new his press secretary was like, she's lost faith in the United States over the communist hush money trial. And again, we had a video for it, but this website today just is having the technical difficulties on Mediaite, but that shit happens sometimes. So I'll just read some of this. She said This trial is a communist show trial in the middle of the media capital of the world. It is cruel, it is unjust. Frankly, I have lost faith in the United States of America. We no longer have an equal system of justice. Watching President Trump being treated like a criminal in this city that he helped build, by the way, that he a city that he helped build. What is Trump 200 years old or some shit? Like, what are you talking about? He helped build this city. New York City has been the hub of the planet for quite some time, especially the hub of at least this country, one of the major hubs of planet Earth of humanity. Donald Trump helped make that. No, he didn't. Shut up. That's such an egregious thing to claim, you know what I mean? Like, and again, we can all be familiar with there's an acceptable level of grandiosity. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay for you to be into yourself about certain things. Like, I work, I'm good looking. It's okay to be cool. Like, I'm a good looking motherfucker. It's cool to be like, you know what? I'm an empathetic and kind motherfucker. Like, I can relate to people. People like me. It's cool to be, to love yourself and appreciate yourself. But then you move into levels of just pure delusion. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, I helped build NYC. Like, sir, you're not, again, are you 250 years old? Are you 100 and how old are you? You 80, you old, but you ain't that goddamn old. But yes, this is hilarious. The city that Donald Trump helped build. I mean, no one can say that shit. Not now. The fuck out of here. You got to be like, what were those titans? Uh, if you talking about like a Rockefeller, you could say some shit like that. You get, and obviously the working class, yes, but I'm talking about like if there's some type of business tycoon pillar, it'd be like Rockefeller. It would be J.P. Morgan, like people like that. It wouldn't be no goddamn Donald Trump. Okay, Lara Trump. Man, I wish we had the video where we could just watch Lara Trump do this, because it would be a lot funnier. But see, you just, technology just is always fucking up. And you can't get too upset about it. It's a waste of energy. We got Dora in the building. What's going on? Right, exactly. Like, other than people who are like literally helped build the city because they're like a part of the working class and they like keep it going. If you're gonna talk about singular individuals, you can't mention Trump. Like, come on, man. No, we talking about the Gilded Age type of motherfuckers. That's what we talking about. Yes, you know what I'm saying. There's absolutely nothing wrong, with being into yourself. Okay, now what is Lara Trump saying? She said, we see this is the space normally where there's a video, but it's all good. Lawrence, these people are so deranged and they're completely disconnected, obviously, from the people of this country. They only stand to exist in their own echo chambers. Yes, because that conservatives don't do this at all, and not just conservatives, but man, being in an echo chamber is a human issue. It can happen to any of us. But to pretend like the right wing of this country is not lost in the sauce of the echo chambers, stop. That's the only reason they are talking. Their obsession with Donald Trump is actually preventing them from understanding that it's not Donald Trump that's truly on trial here. It is our very democracy. How hilarious is that? That like she kind of like she basically gets it right, but for the wrong reasons. This is about democracy. Because we got to keep this one motherfucker out of prison for all the crimes that he's committed. Like John Stewart, we not gonna play it. But John Stewart, he says something about imagine committing so many crimes that you fall asleep on your first day of trial or something like that. Again, that's a level of person we talking about right now. That's what we're dealing with right now. Because yes, it is Donald Trump today that you will see sitting in a courtroom for this completely meritless clown show of a show trial. Clown show of a show trial. But the implications of this are far deeper than for this country, because if in America we are able to just manipulate the law when convenient, if we allow violent crimes to go free and prosecute the innocent, if they are willing to thwart the will of the American people and try to remove our choice for president of the United States, then the fabric of this country is irreparably damaged. That was deep as fuck. That was deep. That was dramatic. I feel you. I feel you. Okay, so Andrew Weissman, we had a video of him making fun of Donald Trump because he can't find a qualified bond insurer, but no video for that, and I don't think the transcript is going to be that good. So, all right, let's see what's up. Where we at now? Trump rages against people on TV, lying and spewing hate. Oh yeah. Yo, Donald Trump, this dude is out of his mind. He is really out of his goddamn mind. Like, okay, here we go. Trump rages against people on TV lying and spewing hate after he was caught sleeping at trial. Take off the gag order. Okay, what did he say?
This conflicted Trump hating judge.
Oh, God, I need water. Ugh. Okay.
This conflicted Trump hating judge won't let me respond to people that are on TV lying and spewing hate all day long.
He won't let me respond to people because that's going to make such a huge difference in my case. If I'm allowed, like he's so dumb. He is so stupid. But he's a runner up for being president in a handful of months, you know. So, well, not runner up, rather he's in the lead for being president in a few months. It's incredible.
He is running roughshod over my lawyers and legal team. The New York system of justice is being decimated by critics from all over the world. I want to speak, or at least be able to respond. Election interference, rigged, unconstitutional trial.
Take off the gag order. And you know what else? Oh god. Oh god. It's just okay. Yeah, we that was the video from yesterday, but y'all probably done already seen it. It's just more videos of him doing this shit. Okay. Now, okay, here we go. We may not even go through all this. An accounting firm hired to vet Truth Social's financials quit after less than a year because it no longer wanted to be linked to Trump. He's so toxic. His brand is so toxic. he's so he's incredible. Like I always say this about him, you know, he's incredible. I've never seen anyone like this. Not to this degree. I mean, maybe we've seen people like him, but not to this degree. Like, god damn. I mean, look at this man. Look at him.
True Social is my voice and the real voice of America.
And again, like he lost so bad. He lost worse than he otherwise would have lost. Like his penalty probably wouldn't have been as much as it is if he would just shut the fuck up. But he can't do it. And again, this is there's really not even much point in going over this because Margarita, thank you so much for 3 months of membership. Thank you so much. And thank you so much to everybody else, not just for joining today, but just for your overall general support. Because as you can see, it is paying off. We are moving forward. And um, like I mentioned, tomorrow we're gonna start having a ton of mental health content related content on this channel. diagnoses, healthy versus unhealthy coping mechanisms, historical figures throughout time who suffered from different types of mental ailments. It's going to be interesting. It's not all going to be like super overly serious. We're going to have a good time with it. But now that um it's warming up, I've just been in it's I'm looking forward to this year. So thank you everybody. We moving forward. But yeah, no, this is completely like, of course. No surprise. Who the fuck wants to? And that's why I was asking, who is even a part of Trump's defense now? Is Alina Habba? She's not a part of this. I don't think so. Maybe she is, but other than some clout chaser, who the hell will want to be on his defense? Because I got you, bro. I'm gonna send them to you. I got you. Um, what was I gonna say? I don't know. I'm a little stoned right now. But basically, we were just laughing at Donald Trump. Okay, we had some Steve Ducey with Mike Johnson shit. Okay, now I'm about to break it down to y'all. This is how this shit works. I've said many times, it's not like, oh, I've said this, but at this point, if it was caught on camera, it was probably fake. I mean, like I don't be believing almost anything that I see on social media. And what I mean is like those like relationship scenarios, like, oh, I just happened to catch you doing this. I just happened to get like that should be so fake. And then or just it's all a bunch of BS. Now, especially when it comes to the world of sex workers, I'm a sex worker myself, so I'm not criticizing them in that regard. But what I am saying is that, like, a lot of people don't really understand how it works. Like, sex workers will say shit like this, right? Like, I know you, like, okay, she didn't do this. Okay, she didn't actually do this. I can pretty much guarantee you that she did not actually sleep with 122 random guys in a few weeks. That is it possible? Yes, but no. Now, the reason why people do this is because everyone starts talking about it online. Because nowadays, like, especially with younger generations, people don't go outside that much. And so much of just, and it's part of my generation too, so much of our contact is like through a telephone. So people don't realize that shit like this doesn't happen. So they'll be like, oh, she's such a this, she's such a whore. This is what's wrong with women these days. And then, but like 70% of those guys who say that will subscribe to their OnlyFans account. You see what I'm saying? So like they'll be like you probably seen in videos of like girls in the bus or something. They're like, oh yeah, me and my like I did this and I did that with those like 50 guys. And be like, no, you didn't. But again, it just draws up and stirs up conversation. Like you be, like come on, like you just looking like girl, shut up. You know you did, good damn well you did not do that shit. But it's good marketing, man. It's good marketing because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like your subscriptions aren't always steady for good reason. People got bills to pay and shit like that. Sometimes people's accounts aren't all that, and a lot of people on OnlyFans don't necessarily. You never know who you're dealing with, so they got to do some type of smart strategy. And hey, this shit works, man. This shit be working. Like, why else do you think that women be going on to like those podcasts? Like, why else do you think that women be going on like podcasts like Fresh and Fit to where they get berated and called sluts and whores because all the guys tuning in subscribe to their profiles and they make a ton of money. That's why they do it. So again, like when you be seeing shit like this, and again, it's so funny because it draws up so much controversy and argument online when at the end of the day it's not even true, but it works. You know what I'm saying? It works. So hey, no, but it's just it's good marketing. It's definitely good marketing. But that's how that shit works, man. Like I always roll my eyes when you when you go to online, you always see guys talking about like, oh, see, this is what women do. This is what, and it's like the whole time y'all are reacting to some shit on TikTok that isn't even real. Like it's not even real. So yeah, that's how this shit works. Okay. Ooh. Now this got to be interesting right here. This shit got to be interesting. Let's go through it. Mm, 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 mm. All right. Exactly. But yeah, no, that's how that shit works. And it works good. Like, cause again, it's like I can't really think of much of anyone, especially a woman who looks like that, who would I'm gonna fuck 122 people in a few days. Like, hey, but I bet you she made a whole bunch of thousands and thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? But no, they be smart when they do shit like that. All right, we're gonna go through this because this is probably gonna be pretty good. If you hadn't boned our son's girlfriend and gotten her pregnant, we could afford to eat somewhere nicer than Olive Garden. 17 of the most awkward dates servers have witnessed on the clock. All right, here we go. We're gonna go through this. But yeah, no, that's a good way because somehow get everybody talking about you and them subscriptions gonna go up. All right, so let's go through some of these stories. A couple came into the restaurant dressed very goth. I wasn't their server, but I was running the cash register just a few feet away. They proclaimed to everyone that they were energy vampires, but not to fear them because they wouldn't hurt us. They came in there on shrooms. That's what they did. That's what they did. They just went to the restaurant on shrooms. Okay. They said they didn't need our food for sustenance, but enjoyed the taste. After ordering the meal, they politely asked the waitress if she would stick around for a second so they could feed off of her aura and have enough energy for the night. The waitress said yes. The couple clasped each other's hands, closed their eyes, and made sucking sounds for a solid minute before leaning back in the seats and sighing as if they had just had a turkey dinner. Hey, they got off on the auras. That's what it was. They went in there high on shrooms and they got high off the energy waves. The waitress was tipped well for her delicious energy. You got to roll. They was probably cool as hell. You know what I mean? They was probably super cool. You couldn't even be mad at them. I wouldn't be mad at them. Shit. I mean, if you're not like, causing any real issues, they probably was cool as hell. All right. Quote. I waited tables at Olive Garden 10 years ago. I said, quote. Of course, it's quote. We're not reading that kind of an article right now. I waited tables at Olive Garden 10 years ago. A guy and his wife sat down at a table and immediately started arguing something about his affair and how baby from it was costing them money. Finally, it culminated as I was bringing out their salad. As I walked away, I heard the wife say, well, maybe if you hadn't boned our son's girlfriend and gotten her pregnant, we could afford to eat somewhere nicer than Olive Garden. Oh, look, the highlight of my meals, unlimited bag salad. Maybe you could save up and we could go to Joe's Crab Shack for our anniversary. That's a pretty bad situation to find yourself in, you know. P got the relationships are complicated, but you probably could have chosen somebody different to sleep with than your son's girlfriend. And then you probably could have like wrapped it up or something because it sounds like you didn't do that. But hey, guys can be really dumb. I witnessed a first date. I would estimate they were college age. They're eating, and the girl says, I'm having a really nice time, but my friend just texted me and asked me if I wanted to hang out. And I said yes. So I actually have to go. Hey, shit happens, man. Shit happens. Things happen. I was working at a wine bar when a married couple sat down on a pretty slow night. I went over the specials and they ordered. Once appetizers came out, the man thought it would be a good idea to serve his wife divorce papers. I did the Oh damn. That's petty. I, that's petty as hell. I don't know what the hell made him do that, but that was petty. I did my best to avoid that side of the bar, but I did bring out tissues for the wife who was breaking down. I ended up boxing up their dinner. The guy paid, but I do not envy that ride home. I had a couple come in one night and everything seemed to be going fine. We just hired a new server who was training. She was still nervous about greeting tables, so I told her she could shadow me and watch what I do. We go over to the couple's table and I hear from the new server, "You fucking bitch, I knew you were cheating on me." Turns out turns out the guy was her boyfriend on a date with his side chick. And he didn't know she just got a job there. She didn't get fired for what she did. Hey, that was some gangster shit. I appreciate them for not firing her because I mean, like, I don't really know. I don't really know how. I mean, how could you really react calmly to something like this? You know what I'm saying? So that they was cool for not firing her for that. At least give her a chance, because you'd be pretty mad if you like, damn, you got to keep it. And I got to see it. Husband and wife fight. Wife cried. Husband got up and threw a pizza slice at her face. That was lame. That was whack. Don't do that. Don't do that. When I was waitressing in college, I witnessed the most embarrassing thing to happen to a person. Right in the middle of their dinner and in the middle of our Friday night dinner rush, this poor guy stood up, tapped his wine glass to get everyone's attention, and then proceeded to tell everyone what a fantastic person his girlfriend was. The whole time this is happening, she was just sitting there with the most bored look on her face. Then the poor guy pulled out a ring, got on one knee, and asked her to marry him. She gave him the most disgusted look imaginable and said, "This is the ring you expect me to say yes to. Could you be any cheaper?" She got up and walked out, leaving the poor guy just kneeling there. I didn't charge him for the meal. Well, that was nice, for not charging him for the meal. But it sounds like you pick very, very poorly. Sounds like you pick very poorly, my friend. Um, I don't have a ton of sympathy for you. I honestly don't. I mean, that sucks that this happened, but I feel like you seem like you see to me this screams, I've she's never liked me. I've always known that, but I'm really annoying and I try super hard to get her to. So like, you know, I mean this yeah, nah man, you got to do better than that. A girl brought two Tinder dates and played them off each other game show style. They seemed to be unaware this was what would happen. Splitting the bill was hilarious. Hey, I guess she was bored. She was bored as hell that day. All right, here we go. This couple sat down and, from the girl's body language, you could tell she was into him. As the date progressed, she closed off, sat pretty much sideways, and played on her phone. The body language shift occurred over maybe 1.5 hours. Damn, it was there for a while. He didn't stop talking the entire time. Oh, okay, I see. Okay. She did give off some nods and uh-huhs in response, and she even perked up a few times to contribute, but his monologue never stopped. Yeah, okay. She started off interested, and then she was like, damn. Maybe he's just like that. Maybe he was in a manic episode. I don't know. But yeah, no. Not a waiter, but I was working as a supervisor in a restaurant. There was a couple that came to lunch every day, and every day they went to the bathroom together for like 20 to 30 minutes. So we all assumed they were having sex. It was inappropriate, but there was nothing we could do. Then one day the woman came to the restaurant with another man. That man was her husband, which made for a pretty awkward moment. Ah! y'all, y'all couldn't find nowhere better to do it except a restaurant bathroom. Yeah, that's gross as hell. That's disgusting. They got some type of germ kink. They got a bacteria kink. They just like, oh, I want to risk staph infection. If I'm not risking staph infection, then I just can't get off. That's man, y'all couldn't have went to a hotel. Goddamn, that's terrible. I've told this one here before. I worked in a resort hotel, high end. I waited tables in the fine dining restaurant. It was pretty common for people to propose there, so much that I had a system for the whole thing. One guy came in and wanted to do the ring and the champagne thing, and I talked him into doing a dessert alternative that doesn't result in a sticky ring and champagne on the floor. Anyway, long story short, I bring the ring. She says, "Damn it, I've told you before I'm not marrying you." Hey, she told you shit. If she told you she wasn't going to, she said she doesn't want to marry me. So I'm gonna ask her in public to put some pressure on, to make her feel ashamed of telling me no in front of other people. Hey, I guess. But every day, damn. That's why I said they got some type of staph infection kink going on. You know what I'm saying? They just need that shit. You feel me? Right, exactly. You ain't got no car, like somewhere else. You know, there's something, but yeah, you know, once or twice maybe, but not the same place every day. Because not only do they have a staph infection kink, they also have a I really want to get caught kink. I can only get off if I'm this close to being discovered. If I'm not this close to being found out. Oh shit. Uh, I've had sex in strange places, but honestly, I'm too big for that shit. I'm too big for that bullshit. I'm 6'6", over 200 pounds. Like I've been too big to do shit like that. I need a room. That's what the fuck I need. But I have had sex in strange places before. Okay, so she says, "Damn it, I've told you before I'm not marrying you." He flips. She's super calm about it and basically treats him like a child having a tantrum. Oh, he must be a narcissist or something, which to his credit, he was not screaming or anything, just very upset. Well, I don't know. I can't say that. But clearly he didn't listen. He left. She ate the fucking dessert. Eventually, he came back and paid and they left together. Oh yeah, man, it's time for you to move on. If you want to be married, you know, then and she don't want to marry you, I'm gonna ask her in public so I can put some peer pressure. I'm gonna sprinkle some peer pressure onto the situation, and then she gonna say yes. All right. Quote: I was bartending a day shift at an upscale Italian place. This couple came in, started drinking, and were very flirty with each other. I wasn't quite sure why, but the man seemed familiar. Midway through their lunch, the woman used his name, and it dawned on me that the man was the husband of my previous boss. I asked if he was marked from the restaurant on the way to the beach. He said that he was not, but the woman he was with insisted on making it awkward and asked me questions like, I've heard the owner of that place is crazy. Did you know her? Turns out she was purposefully trash talking not Mark's wife. Oh, well, they both seem like some douchebags. There was a couple at my work having drinks. Girl went to the toilet, came back, and admitted that she'd been sleeping with the guy's brother. Ooh. Apparently, glasses were thrown across the room, and they both got kicked out. Yeah, that's just the worst love triangle. Listen, man. Listen. If you gonna do shit like this, then people kill me when they do this. It's like I'm gonna I'm gonna get caught for sure. And it's not even just getting caught, you know, because again, relationships are complicated, and sometimes you can work through certain things because if you go through periods where like, oh, we just never see each other, then yeah, people are probably gonna stray off a bit, So they're basically what I'm getting at is it's really not black and white with stuff like this, but it becomes black and white when it's like I'm gonna sleep with your sibling or with the person that you work with. Like, that's when it becomes a black and white issue and there's really nothing to discuss. You feel me? So, A guy proposed to his girlfriend at Olive Garden. When he got down on one knee and opened the box, she shook her head and stared silently. It must have been a whole 30 seconds of pure silence, but it felt like an eternity. Then the guy proceeded to describe the ring, how much it cost, the different aspects of it, etc. Finally, the girl just said no. The guy sat back down and they tried to finish the. That sounds like he proposed to her after like dating her for like this is like their fourth date, and he was like, "You want to marry me?" I don't know. That we have a couple more. There was a couple at the bar together. It seemed like it was a first date. I was in the back rolling silverware and about 30 minutes of them sitting together. The dude came running into the back and asked, "There's an exit back here, right?" He then proceeded to bolt out the back door. We were all flummoxed. The girl sat at the bar alone for at least another 45 minutes before she left. Oh, that was lame. That was lame as hell. That's some shit that like a 16-year-old would do and then brag about it to his friends because they're 16 and they think stuff like that's hilarious. An ex of mine came in to eat where I was working with his girlfriend, and she left crying halfway through. Apparently, he brought up that we dated, and he kept looking at me, which somehow caused that whole scene. I guess that's awkward, but I mean, that doesn't really seem like, I don't know. Doesn't really seem like anybody's really at fault here. All right, now I think, yes, this is the last one. This wasn't so much as awkward. This wasn't so much as awkward, but just unusual. Serving a young couple at a high end Italian restaurant that came in wearing matching outfits. I asked them what the occasion was. They were celebrating their 3-month anniversary. I'm so glad they found each other. Hey, I, you know, that's cute, I guess. I hope they're very young. I hope they're very young or like, I don't know. But now, uh, that was fun. We ended up making that stream work because the videos weren't working on Mediaite, but we still had fun doing Donald Trump's voice. And then, of course, that those dating stories were pretty good. I like that. We're gonna keep on doing those. But again, tomorrow will be our first stream at 8 o'clock about primarily men's mental health. But I will put up a timer for that. But again, we're going to be discussing basically just living life with different types of issues, how to conquer them, how to live, how to deal with them. We're going to be bringing on clinicians. We're going to be doing deep dives into different types of people who suffer from them or suffered from different types of mental ailments. It'll be really interesting. But good stream today. I appreciate all y'all for being here. I appreciate everybody for the continued membership and just for the continued support in any way that you can give it. And I think I'm gonna go outside for a little bit. I don't really need to clip up anything from this stream just because it was shorter and pretty much the second half of the stream was the dating stuff. So I don't really think I need to clip that out. I'm gonna go outside. It's nice. I'm gonna chill out there for a minute. Then I got some other stuff to do. I will catch y'all tomorrow. I think I'm still gonna stream. If there's a bunch of stuff to talk about tomorrow, then I'll stream earlier in the afternoon. But tomorrow night, we're gonna have our first mental health uh you know segment. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, y'all have a fantastic afternoon, and I will see you tomorrow. Oh yeah, we gonna dive into all of that. We're gonna cover. Well, y'all will see tomorrow. We'll start it up tomorrow. Now, I love and appreciate all of you.